Dear Stacy, I got something important to show you.
Shouldn't you be with Dexy strategizing how to take out the exclaimer and save the girls?
Yes, we should. But Dexy and I were talking. Well, okay, I was talking. We got a little sidetracked. And I realized just how many women's figures I have beyond wrestling. And I actually wanted to do a video today covering some of them.
That's a bit different than women's wrestling, but I think it is just as important to highlight some strong female characters who have been made in figure form.
I agree.
That's not why you're here, is it?
Yeah, not quite. Okay, hear me out though, okay. What if I wrote a script to a brand new LJV sci-fi original series titled The Mandalorian, starring Mandy Rose.
What?
Yeah, well, the thought of today's video got my science fiction bubble kicking! And I just wanted to have this option for a future series. See what you think.
Let me think on that. For now, just go film today's video.
Oh, okay then. Let me just roll this up here. Okay. I'm just gonna leave this here. Okay. I'll see ya. Bye. Film this video.
What have I gotten myself into?
Hey y'all, welcome to Lumberjillville, and yes, women's wrestling still lives here, even despite today's unique video. So, I collect women's wrestling figures. That's what Lumberjillville is 100% about. There's a lot of reasons why I collect them, but just to name a few reasons, I have so much love and admiration and respect for the women in the world of wrestling, and I quite frankly don't think they get the credit they deserve or the respect they deserve within the collecting community or the wrestling community. If you don't believe me, go on any message board, any Facebook post. There's always kind of the old-fashioned people that just want to crap on women's wrestling, and it's been like that for a while, so I'm trying to make a change here. But beyond that, my daughter looks at the women that are in professional wrestling as real-life superheroes, and I do too, to an extent. So throughout the years, I've kind of picked up here and there some superhero women's figures. Today, we're going to cover 4 Marvel Legends women's figures that I think are pretty cool. And like I mentioned, this is a bonus video, so if you do like this as bonus content, make sure to give it a thumbs up, make sure to like it, make sure to comment, and just let me know. Because once again, women's wrestling figures is what Lumberjillville is 100% about. But I had a bunch of women's superhero figures. I even have Star Wars Black Series women's figures, Power Ranger Lightning Collection women's figures. And instead of just opening them up off camera and putting them on display, I figured why not have y'all join me in this journey, take a closer look, and see how cool they are. And also, I just picked up this Marvel Siren, and it comes with a Build-A-Figure piece that is half of a mini tank. Okay, I have the other half coming next week. And if you're thinking what I'm thinking here, I think it's going to be a great way to make a custom mini tank for Shotzi Blackheart's Elite 95 release. So without further ado, let's dive in and take a closer look at these figures. Alright, so let's start off with that Marvel Siren Marvel Legends figure. That way we can kind of get a closer look at that tank and see if it might actually work out for a custom Shotzi mini tank in the future. So Marvel Legends packaging is a gorgeous, beautiful packaging, very classy here. And you'll notice with these figures, a lot of them have a unique logo on top depending on what series it is, and it also has the Build-A-Figure Bone Breaker. We have a nice open window bubble here where we can see Siren. We can also see that tank. We have a name at the bottom of the X-Men logo. We have an image on the side there. Same image on the side. And then the back, we have a pretty extensive bio there. And then looking closely here, that's the rest of the line. And this is the Build-A-Tank that I'm hoping works out. So really you need to collect Siren and Marvel's Darwin to get that mini tank base. All the other parts I don't think are necessary if you're trying to make a custom for Shotzi Blackheart. But we'll see. You know, when I get the other tank piece in, I will build it next week, make a video, and we'll see if we need some of these other accessory pieces to make it look good. But for now, we're just going to open this up, and we are going to take a closer look at the figure itself. And let's see how hard these are to open. We'll see how many times I cut myself on accident today. So we do have a box cutter, which is always a recipe for disaster for Aaron here. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. Boy, that was a clean opening. We're not used to that. All right, so let's look at that tank first. I'm just anxious. Okay. I almost dropped everything. So looking at this mini tank, okay, that's definitely cool. I don't think it actually... I mean, that's okay. It's got like treads on there, and they look awesome. I don't think the treads actually work, but that's okay because I do plan on using it as a display piece, not playing with it or anything for Shotzi. So when you get that Marvel's Darwin figure, you can connect it to this other half and make a full tank here. Now I'm hoping that other side has the actual chute, or the actual turret there that shoots the thing out, but we'll see. We'll explore this more when the other half comes in, but let's take a closer look at Siren here. Let's put this X-Acto knife away. So she does come with some extra hands that are, you know, I kind of like these extra hands actually. They're kind of giving the power there. And remember, I'm not a big, you know, comic book historian. I do like Marvel, I do like comics, but you know, forgive me if I'm not 100% accurate here. So this Siren figure, I mean, these Marvel Legends figures are very well made. They really are. They're just solid figures. And yes, the price of them did go up, but in my opinion, the DC McFarlane figures, I've had really bad luck with those. They, to me, are cheap, but these are not. I think these are absolutely tremendous figures here. So looking here, I think that's a gorgeous face scan. I love the orangish hair, kind of flowing in the wind there. I think that's a great sculpt. And I always have a little soft spot for red-headed superheroes because my daughter has red hair. Now, her articulation is really good. These Marvel Legends women's figures definitely have a lot of articulation here. We have this bodysuit just kind of painted on with yellow and a green. And then what's really cool in her arm, she has these little things attached, kind of like the early day X-Men, you know, what they had. I'm trying to find the best way to display it and make it look good. I'm going to look up images online and try to find the best way, but yeah, this figure is definitely a solid figure, and that's why I didn't just get the tank part, because I thought the figure itself was pretty cool, so here it is. Now let's move on to the next figure. Next up, we have Natalie Portman, the mighty Thor character from the brand new Marvel Studios film Thor: Love and Thunder. I have not seen it yet, but I really want to, and I'm very intrigued by Natalie Portman's character, especially considering she kind of takes over the Thor role. And in the comic books, yes, a female did take over that role. So, looking at the bottom here, we have that Thor: Love and Thunder logo. On the side, we have a image of her, like a illustrated image there. Other side, same image. On the back, we once again have a very detailed bio. And then we have the rest of this line in particular. I think I will get a King Valkyrie. That definitely will be a nice addition to the women's collection. And then we have a Build a Korg. So, yeah, let's open it up here. Now, I really didn't have to work too hard to open the last one, so that's what I'm talking about, homies. Let's cut it there. Slides out, boom. So really you have to cut one piece of tape to take it out, and that's tremendous. Okay, so here we go. So as far as Build-A-Figure parts here, we got Korg's leg. I can't tell you how many legs I have from past Marvel Legends figures I made. So there's Korg's leg. If you want it, let me know. We have the hammer. And then we have this alternate head with the helmet there. And that's a very detailed head. It looks great. However, I'm going to display this figure. Oh boy. Okay, we got the cape kind of... Oh yeah, baby. Okay. I am going to display this figure like this. Because this is a tremendous figure of Natalie Portman. I mean, it's crazy. It is spot on. You know, she's had a lot of figures made through other lines and other brands through the years, but I think this one nails it like 100%. I think it looks great. And on top of that, you know, she gained muscle for the role of Thor in the movie, and she's jacked. I mean, this is a buff figure, so honestly, this kind of sparked my interest in making a video, because I'm like, how much, you know, strong women can't get much stronger than this. So this figure itself, like I mentioned, the face scan is excellent there. The hair, the paint application on the hair, I wish Mattel would take note for their women's wrestling figures, or even Jazzwares. It's kind of got some multicolors to it, and it gives it an appearance of being actually an authentic blonde look. Let's turn on that light there. So it does look really natural here. The cape is a soft rubber type material that does kind of form, and it doesn't inhibit motion a whole lot. Would have been nice to have cloth, but I understand. Now moving on down to her attire here, this bottom piece here that connects at the waist, this is also a soft rubber type material, but it does have sculpting on it and looks excellent. Her gauntlets have a lot of detail there, very excellent artistic work. She has an armband molded on, and then her armor in her upper body here is definitely cool looking. Definitely a lot of detail went into that. Moving on down, she has those metal knee pads. Metal, I'm going to call them kick pads, but they're not, because this isn't wrestling, and she has little wings on the side there. So I'm going to obviously display her holding the hammer, and probably not with that alternate head, but that alternate head is really nice. So yeah, this figure freaking rules. Alright, so this next figure I was really excited to cover. I actually didn't even know it existed until Prime Day, and I was checking out all the Marvel Legends women's figures, and I came across this, and it's Lady Deadpool, so it is a character in the comics. On the back here, you can read extensive bio on her, but we are here to look at the figure. So starting with the back, we got this nice artwork on the back there, and then the Build-A-Figure line for this is Marvel Saurian, a giant pterodactyl. Pterodactyls I'm scared of, by the way. There's the rest of the line there. And looking at the front here, so there's definitely a lot to unpack with this figure, so let's dive in and not spend too much time on the packaging itself. So once again, we cut the tape on the side. It should open real easy just by making that one little cut. Shaboop. Alright. Okay, slides right out real easily here. We have that pterodactyl man's leg, so once again, another Build-A-Figure part that's awkward. It's going to be in my collection for some reason. Okay, we get this extra head, which is definitely a creepy, zombified looking head. Maybe I'll use that during Jilloween, but I definitely will not display my Lady Deadpool with this head. Alright, so let's set this down here. And she comes with two katanas here. And those definitely look cool. Okay, let's try to slide them out. Oh yeah, baby, this is cool. Now this figure is tremendous. Okay, let's be real careful getting that ponytail out. Oh boy. Alright, your boy needs to really take his time here. Okay, we're good. We are good. So, Lady Deadpool, everybody. How freaking tremendous is this? It looks like she also comes with a display stand. Okay, so that's an interesting display stand. Okay. I don't really know how it works. I haven't looked at the box too closely. But either way, okay, that's definitely cool. Looking at the figure itself, you know, I really wasn't sure that a female version existed in figure form, to be honest with you. I was familiar in the comics and everything, but when I saw it, I mean, I knew I had to have it. Like, how cool is that? I love Deadpool, but having a female version of Deadpool is just tremendous. It's really cool. She's got this real high, flowing ponytail coming out the back of the mask, and it is like a soft rubber. When I was taking it out of the package, definitely be careful. You don't want it to rip off, but I also like how it uses multiple different shades of blonde to make it look more realistic. The body sculpt itself is definitely a feminine body sculpt there. It's just painted on a pretty revealing chest mold there, and all the way around here we just have that Deadpool attire painted on. Now we do have, I'd almost consider it an accessory, this little brown piece here that goes over the shoulders, around the back, and then we have around her waist this belt, and then around her legs she has these little brown bags and that molding there. Now, as far as the katanas go, I'm not sure if she has somewhere to hold them. But either way, I mean, you gotta put them in her hands, right? So if we have the katanas, we got to put them in her hands. And yeah, this figure is by far, this might actually be my favorite female Marvel Legends figure, and this is one I just got recently. So how cool is this? I'm definitely going to spend a lot of time posing this on my shelf here. Alright, next up we're going to cover the Marvel Studios What If, which is a series on Disney Plus. And what if Agent Carter became Captain America, right? And she was known as Captain Carter. So that's what this figure is. Now, there was another release of her in a more colorful Union Jack on her attire there, and I believe also on her shield, but this is the stealth suit version and the one I found in stores, and because I found it in stores, I just had to pick it up. So it's really cool. That series is a pretty neat series. Check it out. We got illustrated images on the side, and then that same one on the back. We also have a little synopsis as to what this figure is all about. So let's open it up here. Once again, just a single cut on the side. You know, I don't think I'm going to cut my hand off today, guys. I think we're going to make it there, everybody. So we take it out here, and we have the excellent shield. Oh, that's cool. And what I love about this figure, and even these Marvel Legends women's figures, what I love is they don't come with a whole lot of unusable accessories. Like, that's one thing that drives me nuts about a lot of my wrestling figures. And I have so many extra hands and heads that I'm just not going to use. And here we kind of get what you need, and that's more than you could ask for, really. So taking a look at the shield here, we do have this metallic blue and silver paint to it. And what's cool is it looks like the arm slides right in behind it. We have, I almost said Agent Carter. We have Captain Carter here. Great face scan, looks just like her. I really love that hairstyle. Real classy looking. And I really like the stealth suit. You know, the other Captain Carter that came out had a more colorful Union Jack, like I mentioned, on the chest. And this one's cool because it's like a dull gunmetal silver there. And I just think it looks good. Now, there's a lot of sculpting throughout this figure and a lot of paint deco to give it character, and they do an excellent job there. Now, as far as the shield, let's see how it goes. You know, you might have to remove the hand to get it through, but I'm using the... No, you don't. Look how cool that is, y'all. That's great. That's awesome. A pretty simple figure here, but definitely a cool one. I love it. Next, we have Marvel's Rogue here. Now, this is from the Marvel Legends line where you had a Colossus Build-A-Figure. Moving it around to the back here, you can see that Colossus Build-A-Figure that you can make when you collect this whole line. Now, this line, as far as my area, a lot of these figures were on clearance for some time. This one included, but I just thought it was a lot of fun. It was a cool-looking figure, so I wanted to get it. Now, the packaging here is definitely nice, as they all are, but we want to see beyond the packaging. That should be a series name called Beyond the Packaging. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so Rogue here, and Rogue has had a few releases in the Marvel Legends line, if I haven't already said that. This one's kind of a cartoony looking Rogue, but I definitely think it's cool. I do want to get the old Marvel Legends. It's on like throwback carding. I do want to get that Rogue down the road. So the Build-A-Figure piece is Colossus's massive arm. I mean, that's insane. I can't imagine, and an extra fist there. I can't imagine actually building it. I mean, that would be really cool. Also, once we get her out here, there we go. We have Rogue. Now, this is definitely an awesome figure. It's definitely a unique looking Rogue. Let's turn on this extra light. A definitely unique looking Rogue compared to what we've seen, you know, released so far. So definitely a lot of the bright colored yellow and green paint applied. The arms do have a molded sleeve pattern there, and she even has this little piece around her neck that serves as like a little amulet there. Moving on down, she has a molded on leg strap that is removable, and then she has these really cool yellow boots. So yeah, this is definitely a cool figure, and as far as I know, it was pretty much clearanced out everywhere. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it was definitely different from anything I've had on the channel before, but like I mentioned, I wanted to give y'all a bonus video, some additional content, and just unbox all these women's Marvel Legends figures I had. And if you did like this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up, like it, comment below, and I have plenty more other women's figures I can unbox in some future bonus videos. Now, that being said, stay tuned because there's some really exciting women's wrestling figures on their way to LJV, so those will be here soon. Thank you so much for stopping by Lumberjillville. Have a great night, y'all.